A woman was so cruel as to splash sulfuric acid at her best friend. The poor girl never expected that her close friend, who used to be inseparable from her every day, could be so heartless. But even though the girl had become an ugly monster, her friend still pushed her off a tall building. However, the girl didn't die. During her hospital stay, she saw on TV the scheming woman enjoying great fame and fortune. The woman secretly vowed in her heart that she must take back everything that belonged to her. For revenge, she spent all her savings and had plastic surgery to look like her friend. Then, disguised as a nurse, she came to the door of the scheming woman's ward. It turned out that she already knew that the scheming woman had long lost her fertility due to an immoral life. But now, relying on the stolen honor, she was about to get engaged to the richest man. If the other party found out that the scheming woman couldn't have children, she would definitely be called off the engagement, and even the scheming woman's family would be implicated. The scheming woman knelt down and begged her father to help her, but her father had no way out. At this time, the woman knocked on the door, pretending to make rounds. When the scheming woman who came to open the door saw the woman, she immediately thought of a way. Then she hurriedly called her parents over. It turned out that the two of them looked exactly the same. Immediately after, the scheming woman's family hurriedly invited the woman into the ward to talk in detail. After learning that the woman was just an ordinary person with a monthly salary of $1,000, the scheming woman immediately proudly said that she would give the woman a chance to turn over and become rich. That was to be her stand-in, and said that if the woman could marry the richest man and have children, this $5 million would be yours. To dispel the scheming woman's doubts, the girl deliberately pretended to refuse to be her stand-in. As expected, the scheming woman was very anxious and took out another $5 million again, and threatened the girl that if she didn't agree to herself, not only would there be no reward, but she would also be fired from the hospital. But the scheming woman didn't know that this was the first step for her to fall into the girl's trap. Looking at the woman who looked exactly like herself in the mirror, the scheming woman herself could hardly tell the difference. To be on the safe side, she ordered the woman to take off all her clothes in front of her to check if there were any obvious marks on the woman. After checking that there was no problem, she took out a room card and asked the woman to go on a date instead of herself tonight. Soon the richest man came to the room, and the two spent their wedding night together. Little did they know that all this had long been monitored by the scheming woman. Looking at the ambiguous appearance of the two, she was already extremely angry. The next day, the girl returned home escorted by the richest man and even personally stewed blackbone chicken soup for the girl to nourish her body. This scene made the scheming woman hiding behind the door so jealous that she almost went crazy and slapped the woman. The girl pretended to be submissive on the surface, but in fact, she was already overjoyed in her heart because the scheming woman was stepping into her trap step by step. At night, the woman came to the wedding room prepared by the richest man but unexpectedly saw the violin in the room. Since the scheming woman didn't allow her to leave marks on her body, she would use the sound of the violin to make the richest man remember her. After playing a piece, the richest man just felt that he liked the woman in front of him even more. The next day, not only did he personally go to pick up the woman at home but also gave her a diamond wedding ring worth $2 billion. The scheming woman happily hugged the president and thought that her plan had finally succeeded, but she didn't know that soon she would become the laughingstock of the whole city. At the wedding ceremony, the scheming woman was asked to play the violin, and her true identity was about to be exposed.